What is going on, guys? It is Maskman here, and welcome to another Chaturday. This Chaturday is gonna get a little more serious than I usually tend to because I feel like I should go ahead and make the video just for those that are gonna care about it. So while I go ahead and spin the wheel, I'm going to go ahead and find out what kind of money I can make. I mean, if I can get a jackpot, that would be nice. Maybe. Nope, not gonna go there. It's gonna land right on nothing, isn't it? Of course it is. Shouldn't expect anything different. As you can see, my face cam isn't here. I've decided against it for this video and maybe in the future because, let me go ahead and talk about that. See, a lot of people always ask me, you know, why are you always so happy? You're always so chipper. No matter what's going on, you keep your head up and you keep strolling on and you're just hunky-dory. And it's like, how is that? And the answer behind that is, not really. When you look at me, you may think, hey, that's one happy, delightful guy right there. But in the end, I'm not always that happy. I like to think I'm getting close to a place where I am, and I've been improving my life slowly over time. But for the longest time, for many, many years, I have had many issues with being what we call happy. And I'm having a recurrence with that recently. And when it comes to my videos, you know, I've been inspired to do all kinds of creative things. I'm like, oh, I can do this and that and the other. And they're all what I like to believe interesting ideas. But in the end, with a lot of these ideas, I'm kind of forcing them. You know, I actually had like a topic I was going to talk about earlier on Chaturday and actually gave up in the middle because I just couldn't do it. You know, I have all these ideas that could be interesting, but I don't have any inspiration inside myself to go ahead and do some things. And that's kind of an issue that I'm having now, is that there's certain things that I want to work on, but I have other things that I'm trying to work on at the same time and other obligations, and it just mixes everything together. Instead of where one focuses on one great thing, I end up with like 7 different things I'm thinking of in my head, and it all clutters together and ends up being nothing in reality, you know? Like, when it comes to this channel, you know, one of the reasons why I made this channel, I've said this so many times, is I want to do it to try and entertain others, but at the same time, I do it to try and entertain myself and be kind of therapy for myself. That's almost essentially how this started, is not just, you know, an inspiration of, you know, I want to try and do Let's Playing for a living. It became a kind of therapy for me to kind of let loose and let go of the world, and in turn help others let go of the world. But I've kind of, as I always seem to, lose sight of where I'm going because YouTube, hey, becomes a numbers game just like this. That was a good one right there. But YouTube always ends up becoming a numbers game for me. And that's the way it's been for a long time, is, you know, I started out doing Let's Plays just for the fuck of it, you know. I didn't get paid anything. I still really don't get paid anything. But, you know, there was no money incentive on it. I just played things because I wanted to play them and record them. But now, as the years have evolved, you know, it's like, oh, I want to play this game? Well, I can only play it once because people are only going to watch it once. And when I do it, I have to condense it down and change my whole attitude of how I do things. And it's kind of ruining things for me sometimes. There are some games where it works, and I like when I find those games, especially like the short form games where, you know, I can do that one recording of, you know, 30 to 40, 45 minutes and cut that down to about 10 minutes. Or if I'm recording with friends, I like cutting those down because the whole time I'm playing with friends, I'm having fun. And the short form ones make sense, but when I'm taking a longer game and trying to cut it down into something entirely different, it kind of ruins the experience for me. But that's because I've become disheartened into playing a whole game, because when I used to do my full plays, you know, the first video would do fairly well sometimes, but as it went along, absolutely no one cared about the series. I was the only person that cared about the series by the end, and maybe like 2 or 3 other people. But that was about it. And in a numbers game on YouTube as it is nowadays, that's like treachery, that's debauchery, you know. How dare you put something up that no one wants to see? That's how you kill your channel. And to be fair, it kind of ended up being that way, in that, you know, I have a channel with almost 2,000 subscribers. It's kind of, my numbers have died down, but that's because I'm not staying up with the times. I'm not keeping up with the funny moments. I would just keep on, you know, playing a game for a whole month, and everyone would lose interest in my channel that I brought in the first place. And that's where I sit now and have not been able to pull myself out of that hole. You know, I'll make a video every once in a while that does pretty well. You know, when my Tattletale video blew up, that was fantastic. That was great inspiration. But now, you know, I post a video and it'll get, whoa, it'll get lag. But, you know, I'll post a new video and it'll get 5, 10 views. And it's like, I'm spending hours. I'll spend a couple hours on a single video to put up, thinking, oh, this is gonna do me great for my future, and it brings in nothing. And there is nothing that is more depressing than spending your hard work on something that you're very proud of, and in the end, absolutely no one sees it. That's where I tend to find myself. Is that I'll make something, and I'll have a bit of fun recording it and a bit of fun editing it, but then there's sometimes when I make a face cam video that my Sony Vegas crashes with the video track of my face cam on it because it can't handle 2 or 3 tracks at once, and I'll lose tons of work and I'll have to spend time just trying to reopen Sony Vegas, and I'll be like, oh, it'll be worth it in the end, and then I get nothing from it. There's not much that's more depressing than that, as being a guy that puts your work into everything for your work to go unnoticed. And, oh, hey, money. And also, it's also worse when you decide to stop doing something that you thoroughly enjoyed and started as, where I used to do long plays, and I stopped that saying I have to do single videos. And my single videos don't do me much better. It's tough, to say the least. It is, it's hard to swallow at times, you know? I still want to make funny moments videos because I like how those turn out. I'll be honest, on a lot of the videos that I put out, I'm actually fairly proud of the final product on a lot of things that I do. There's some that are kind of but ever since I've done these funny moments, I love the way they turn out. But the number turnout is horrible, and the amount of time I put into these things is ridiculous. And I don't want to stop funny moments videos because I like them and I feel like they're some of my best videos. But the problem that I have with the funny moments things is that making one of those videos takes up so much time. And I have to put in so much thought into those videos beforehand. I'll be planning these things out weeks in advance, spending, you know, tons of time a day trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next and how I'm gonna do it, and setting up schedules. And it's ruining the fun aspect of it for me because, god damn it, keep getting lost in the numbers. So I'm trying to think of what to do. Well, what I'm gonna do is spin the wheel. But you know, I used to try and crank out all those funny moments videos, but I'm not getting to do half the things that I enjoy doing anymore. Can I get some good money? I'm only gonna get 30. One of these days I'm gonna get the jackpot. But I think part of me is gonna have me work back into doing long plays. And not just the once a week, 3-hour long videos that no one ever watches. I think I'm gonna go back to where a significant bit of my videos would be those long plays. And I'll have the weekends be where I put out my hard-working stuff. Because that way, you know, I've had some people ask me, you know, hey, where are your long videos at? And I'll be like, well, they're dead to me now because no one else wants to see that except you. But I think I'm gonna get back into that in some form or another. And that, you know, be it either every weekday or 3 weekdays or something, I'm gonna put in time to where it's just gonna be long play videos. And on the weekends or some very occasional days where I put in my high-tech, high-production funny moments or other ideas that I have working on. Because I have tons of things that I want to work on that are much higher in scale than just funny moments. But it comes down to, you know, when I can get time to do such a thing. but I have to spend most of my time editing videos and less time actually having fun playing a game. It's kind of killing the mood for me. Like I said, I don't want to get rid of funny moments because I'm very proud of those videos, but it's just, I'm burning myself out and forgetting what makes me what I was, you know, what I had fun doing before with those long play videos and occasionally those short things that I'd play. And, you know, kind of sucks sometimes when you think too heavily on the numbers like I do. You know, it kind of burns out your attitude. You know, it kind of makes me, in a way, not happy. But I'll put on that happy face in these videos so I seem all hunky-dory. But, you know, there are some videos I make and they're just a fucking train wreck. Because I go into it with a predetermined attitude and then try and fake off that into a whole nother predetermined attitude, and it's killing it for me. Some of the best fun I had was streaming, and I plan to do a lot. I know I said that before, it's like, oh, I'm gonna make sure I stream more, and then after Resident Evil I just was like, what is streaming? But I think coming up here soon you're gonna see a lot more of that, and that I'll stream and then cut that stream down into videos. I think that's where I'll go with it. And that's where I wanted to go with it for a while when I had fun. Like when I played Bully, and I would stream that for 3 hours and I cut that down into small, like 20-minute videos or so. I think that's like what I want to do, but it's just, I keep psyching myself out. I keep saying, you know, I have to do this and this and this and this and that. And I just keep fucking burning myself out mentally. Barely even physically, half of the time it's just mentally. I'll spend hours every day thinking out all of my ideas, not just for YouTube, but my real life ones. And I never have time for them. All the time I spend thinking of ideas, you know, I'll end up wiping myself out on a single idea for something. I need to just calm that down. So I think from here on, what I'm going to do is I'm still going to make funny moments, and hopefully soon I'm waiting on I like making funny moments with friends, with Gage and Joe, aka Toasted Shoes, who all of you know and love. We're just trying to work out the schedule because I think Joe's going to be finishing college soon. Gage is trying to get some moving things done. I think he's about set up and got his studio set, because I always love recording with those guys. There's some good fun. Hey, I got 50. I didn't even look at the wheel when I spun it because I was so distracted. But, you know, when I can record with them, I will absolutely turn those into funny moments because that's some good shit right there. I always have fun with them. But when it comes to like the single player ones, I think I'm gonna go back to it being about me and the experience of the entire game instead of just the funny moments cut downs. You know, I keep trying to work around things to stay happy. I can never do one thing at a time. This is what it comes down to. And this video's come on way too long. So expect to see me hopefully stream a lot more when I have days off. Expect to see me burp like that in the microphone. Oh, that was beautiful for you guys. I'm not gonna cut that out. I'm gonna spin again. But it's gonna go back to a lot of the old school ways with a little bit of new school sprinkled in. And as this wheel spins, I think I'm gonna end it here. I think I've said all I need to say. So for all of you who've stuck around and still watch my videos, thank you for all the support. It means a lot to me to help push me on and keep me going. You know, if anyone has some inspirational words, leave them down in the comments section below. Remember to like, share, spread everything you know to everywhere you know. You know, put on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, 4chan. Maybe not 4chan. It's probably not a smart idea. But, ooh, now's a good time to down on that spin. Wow, I blew out my voice on that one. So, I'm gonna spin this wheel and end the video here. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, this is Mask Man, logging off. Don't you fucking do it, you son of a bitch.